It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker today. I believe everyone in this room knows Tom Baker. Possibly one person doesn't know them as well, right? So I'm going to tell you a couple little things about him. Tom, for one thing, he has blessed this community and this church for many, many years, young as he is. And he is a former Catholic priest who had a different spiritual calling that came. And he lives in Virginia Beach here with his wife, Kathy. And he teaches a course in miracles. And he is a professional counselor. And if you ever want to study public speaking, homiletics, he's an excellent teacher of that. And I suspect there's a few other things we don't know about him that are just as interesting. But the important thing to me is I recognize his soul is very loving, very giving, very comforting, and he helps to bring all of our souls to life and leave us with questions sometimes, so that we find out things. And he's very much a friend, a mentor, a teacher, a fellow sojourner with many, many people. And we are certainly blessed to have him here today to share with us. So let's open our hearts and minds and get ready. Put your seatbelts on. Welcome, Tom. Welcome. Welcome.
Well, almost all of us were raised on commercials. Each of us has seen millions and millions of commercials. And each of us has been conditioned by commercials. We've been taught that we are in need of cars, appliances, hamburgers, pizza, makeup, blue jeans, sneakers, underwear, outerwear, medicines and more medicines, insurance, investment instruments, banks, credit cards, tattoos, tacos, jewelry, furniture, and hundreds of things that make the American dream come true. We are always in need of something else. This makes us a nation of customers. We think like customers, we work hard so that we can be customers. We even relate to one another like customers. I met a man from Haiti who came to America to better his life. And he said he expected to meet happy, satisfied people. Ha! Everyone he met, he said, was a complainer. In the land of plenty, in the land of opportunity, everyone was grumpy. Everybody was in need. Why? Because we're taught to be in need. Conditioned to always want something else by commercials. Being a customer in need does not lead to a happy life. It leads to greed, impatience, and self-centeredness. When I left the priesthood, I was in the market for a wife. Someone who would fulfill my needs, which I thought were simple. Lots of sex, great meals, and sincere applause. This amounted to an adoring prostitute who could really cook. Pretty woman without an attitude and a degree in the culinary arts. That's what I was looking for. Notice I said not who I was looking for, but what I was looking for. What did I have to offer other than unsatisfied appetites? My promise was that I would make her happy. Good luck with that pitch. When I met the woman who would become my wife, I told her about my expectations and my promise to make her happy. To my complete astonishment, she told me that she was already happy and that I struck her as needy and insecure. I was the typical customer. I was also fairly poor, so I was kind of a pitiful customer. Fortunately, Kathy replied that she saw someone in me who was happy and rather holy, and above all, intensely curious. Let that man step forward, and we might have a future together, she told me. This left me in a state of ecstatic despair. But I was challenged. As a man, I like a challenge. Someone had seen someone in myself that I had demonstrated in my life, but was fairly clueless about. Suddenly, I had to trust in another's vision of myself. That was my first real experience of loving anyone beyond my mother and father. I effectively stopped being a customer looking for satisfaction and became a student seeking wisdom. And I began to be happy. Up until my 39th year, I'd been asking life to satisfy me. And it did, sort of. But I realized now that I centered my life around my endless appetites. When I passed my Latin test, I would be happy. When I got a date to the prom, that would do it. When I graduated from college, I would be satisfied. When I got a teaching job, my dreams would come true. When I would be ordained a priest, life would finally be worth it. When I left the priesthood, I would finally be happy. Then I met someone who was not a customer and who gave me the intriguing possibility. And that possibility was that I was already happy. That I was hiding happiness from myself because of my customer's mind that had been taught that I was constantly in need of something else to be happy. So here is my proposition. Forswear your conditioning as a customer. Let go of your neediness, release your insecurities, and become yourself again. Become the person God knows. On that summer evening in 1989, Kathy was channeling the Holy Spirit when she told me that she saw someone in me that I had forgotten. Essentially, it was that 4-year-old that rediscovered the wonder of the world every day. That 6-year-old that was fascinated with words. That 8-year-old that loved dinosaurs. That 12-year-old that studied anatomy and wanted to be a doctor. That 15-year-old that wrote a poem and heard himself speak beauty. And that 29-year-old that promised God his life. You have those wonderful children within you. That discovering teenager, that idealistic young person, that parent delighted in your child, that middle-aged person finding meaning in life, that older person stumbling upon wisdom, wise in experience, content with the possibility of true love everywhere you look. In this land of opportunity, we have become opportunists. In our quest to make our dreams come true, we have become maniacally ambitious, seeking and not finding, expecting and being disappointed. So now renounce your life as a customer and become curious again. Excited and delighted with the ordinary once more. When curiosity rather than dissatisfaction is your guide, you will find yourself delighted with dust motes and sunbeams, the smell of the air after it's rained, the silver pepper of the stars, and love which comes true in every connection that you make. God sees you and is delighted with whom she beholds. God bless us all.